In today's video, I'll be sharing with you how I grow. These are female only cucumbers. They produce only female flowers, but they require pollination to develop. So I'm going to share with you how I grow these from seed to produce these amazing fruits, how I pollinate them, and how I fertilize in order for them to produce such amazing fruits. So let's jump into this, guys. Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Marie if you're new here. And this is our container garden, what I refer to as our living pantry. And that's due to the fact that we harvest and eat from it every day fresh. And so I believe it is our outdoor pantry. Now, currently we have about 3 or 4 different varieties of cucumbers growing in the garden. This one I'm about to harvest is the Mr. Fothergill's Cucumber Carmen F1. This is the variety that I planted here from seed, and it says the fruit goes up to 40 centimeters long. It is a very long fruit. Look at that. The thing is, this is a female only cucumber. It means it produces only female flowers, no male flowers. What I got from that was it would produce and then just continue to grow. That was not the case. So I understand that there are 2 varieties of um, female only cucumbers. They are the ones that need pollination and they're the ones that don't. This one, I realized the fruit started to just dry off and they just won't continue. They will produce a lot of fruits, but they would not continue to grow. So I figured one day I'd just take a flower from one of my cucumber plant down here. Let me take it down here and show you that one. It is currently producing as well. I took the flower from that one and pollinated this first cucumber right here. Now let me take you and show you that one down here first. This one, this is the Armenian yard-long cucumber. And at the time when this one up top started producing, it had a lot of male and female flowers. This one has both male and female flowers. This produces the biggest cucumbers I've ever seen in my entire life. So what I did was I figured, let me just try and see if I have a bad practice, guys. I don't like to read instructions. I don't read the package. I just plant the seeds, and it's bad habit. You have to read your packages, guys. So what I did was, when I saw that the cucumbers, they weren't being pollinated and developed, I took a blossom from this one and pollinated the first fruit on there. And with about the next day or two, I saw the fruit started to grow. And that's when I researched all those what is it called? Female only cucumber. How does it work? And that's how I found out that there are 2 different varieties. One that does not need um to be pollinated by a male. The thing is, with those one, it comes with their pros and their cons. And let me just quickly jump into that before I harvest those. And I also have another cucumber that I need to show you that is also producing in the garden. It's all about cucumbers today, guys. So let me just where was I? Oh yes, let's go. So as I mentioned, there are pros and cons to having the cucumbers that produces female only flower. They produce a lot of fruits. The thing is, for the ones that don't need pollination, they don't produce seeds. Usually they don't produce seeds. For the ones that require pollination from other cucumbers, they will produce seed, and so you can save seeds and replant from those. But the ones that are designed for female only, no pollination required, those ones they don't produce seeds. So you always, it's like buying chickens for meat. You always have to go back to the person who are developing those chickens. You can't have them lay eggs and reproduce. It is the same thing with the cucumbers that don't require pollination at all. They won't produce seeds, so you won't be able to plant. You always have to go and buy a pack of seeds. So I was thrilled when I found out that these needed pollination to actually produce, because chances are I will get seeds to replant. Now let me show you how I harvested the male flower in order to produce fruits on this plant. I have a cucumber back here that is still producing male flowers. It is still producing fruits. We've harvested so many fruits from this plant already. It is being attacked by aphids now, and to be honest, if it goes now, I'm not mad because we've gotten so much. Thing is, I'm still going to fight with it, so I'm going to spray it off with some soapy water to see if we can get another crop, because once the plants are producing male flowers, it means the plant still has vigor to produce female as well. It just needs to be pruned and sprayed, and it will spring new branches and produce more fruits. So I'm going to do that. But today let's focus on the production of cucumbers that do not produce male flowers. Right here, this is a male flower. Oh, you know the male flower, there is no fruit attached to the bottom. Usually this cucumber, this is a female flower. So you would see the flower and the little fruit attached to the bottom. I'll try and find a smaller fruit and insert so you can see how it looks. A tiny female flower attached to the fruit itself. But this is a male flower here, and you want to get one that is just open, or you want it still open, so you know there are pollens present in there, and just remove that male flower. And if you can find more than one, the chances are more pollen will be there, so you will get a better chance of getting a fruit. But I'm going to use this just to demonstrate for you. Now this right here, this is a perfect example of what these little female flowers are huge, meaning the little fruit that is attached. So this is the fruit, and at the end of the fruit right here is the flower that needs to be pollinated. What I do is I remove the petals from here. Yes, this is a cucumber flower. Yeah. Remove the petals from here and expose the pollen, and then I just like the insect would have done, and I just place it in there to ensure that's pollinated, and then you'll get a fruit like this. Not too long after, this is just maybe a week old, and it is ready to be harvested. And this plant is loaded with lots of these nice big fruits. Some a little bit curved, but they're still growing. Now, what do I use to fertilize my cucumbers? As soon as they start to flower, I usually feed all my fruiting vegetables. So peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers, even the cucumber that's next to it right there. Whenever they start to flower, then I'll feed them with banana tea. That is what I put on them. And then I'm usually, if it needs more feeding, I'll put some manure, whether it be chicken manure, horse manure, rabbit manure, worm casting, any of those manures I'll add, especially if the leaves are starting to yellow, then you know you need some additional nitrogen in your soil. And I'll add those animal manure is rich in nitrogen. It has other properties as well, other nutrients in there as well. But the nitrogen in the manure is what caused the leaves to be green. And once your leaves are green and healthy, then you know it's loaded with chlorophyll, and you need chlorophyll in your plants in order for the plant to photosynthesize. It needs to collect that energy from the sun to feed the plant, and then the plant feed those lovely fruits. So I make my fertilizer at home that's with the ripe banana peel, and then I'll feed it to the plants in order for those fruits to have enough potassium to develop lovely, fresh, crunchy, sweet fruits. I also use wood ash to add some additional potassium to the soil. Now, let's harvest some cucumbers. First one being this one right here. It's beautiful. Look at the size of this cucumber. This is, it is a long cucumber. I'm also going to be harvesting the one back there. It's amazing. It's just amazing to see the tiny seeds that you plant and then you're able to harvest a cucumber like this. It's just a blessing. Wow. This is beautiful. This one is perfect. Just look at that. Guys, have you ever planted food and you just don't want to harvest it because they're so pretty? Tell me I'm not the only one. And one is coming on right next to it. Guys, look at that. And there are so many more. And no once I harvest these, then the others will start to develop. Look at Susumba. All right, let's go harvest some more cucumbers. I need to get those off the vine as well. That big one down there though, I'm saving that one for seed. So I'm going to allow it to ripen on the plant. It has no more fruits on the plant, so I can allow it to ripen, and so I can get the seeds. And then Steve said we'll just make juice with the fruit. But I really need those seeds. I'm still not sure if these are seeds. I'm hoping, but I'll cut one before the end of the video so you'll see what the cross section looks like. All right, let's go harvest those ones. Should have walked with my harvest basket, my harvest pan. All right, let me get these. I don't know why the bugs love the cucumbers so much. Everything attacks the cucumber plants. I mean, they're yummy, but boy. Some of these getting a little bit small. There are some spiky things on cucumbers. Not so big, but then we still have some giant ones. I'm wondering if I should save this one for seed. Now Steve is going to say let's make juice with it because you have seed. This is our local cucumbers. We purchased this seed in our supermarket. Well, Steve purchased it. I believe it's iPro. I think he's in the garden down the bottom watering for me. I think ILO, not iPro, ILO supermarket from Louis Scotch, these seeds. Because I wasn't sure if the ones that I got overseas were going to produce. So I wanted to know that I got some cucumbers that were tailored for our climate. And these are. I had to go grab a container. Can you see Steve, guys? See Steve right up there? I told you he was in the garden. He's helping me with the watering. I had to get a container to collect my bounty. Baby, I got this. I know I'm just talking about how I get them to produce, but also I need to just drop in, seeing that Steve made his grand appearance, why we love to plant cucumbers. Because we can eat other greens in the garden. It might not necessarily produce the volume of water that cucumbers produce to kind of rejuvenate you and to hydrate you, rehydrate you. But we can get similar vitamins from nutrients from other vegetables in the garden. But we plant cucumbers for one specific reason, and it's for digestion. Steve had serious issues digesting his food because of his job. He works different hours and he eats irregularly, so he had problem digesting his food. He had acid reflux. That's what you had, baby? Acid reflux. And so he just had problems. His stomach would burn all the time. And then he just so happened to eat cucumber late one evening. Nobody told us. And he realized, Mommy, I think it was ackee and saltfish and something that usually burn his stomach. And he was like, Mommy, I ate the cucumber and I didn't get any stomach problem last time. And so we just continue. Whenever he eats something that would bother him, we give him the cucumber along with the meal. And guys, the digestion issue is no more. So we try to plant as much as possible in the garden. It's also very um, hydrating. So in hot countries like ours and in countries like yours that might not be as hot during this time of the year, but summers are brutal, cucumbers, they're one of the best vegetables to eat, to snack on. Just put it to chill in the refrigerator and snack on an old cucumber. You'll be surprised. Better than having a glass of water. Can you believe this, guys? Look at this. Now you tell me, you look at this harvest. This is an absolute blessing. Isn't that a blessing? What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so let us quickly recap the lesson today. All right, so for those of you joining class today and you've not yet subscribed, please, it is absolutely free to you. Subscribe to the channel to support us here and also press the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we post new content. As I said, it is free. Most subscription you have to pay a little fee, but this one is absolutely free. Just press that subscribe button and that little bell so you'll be notified whenever we post content like these, content where we grow plant, where we do pest control, fertilizing. We do all of that here. And so you don't want to miss a video, right? Harvesting videos, gosh, guys. All right, so to recap, if you're going to plant seedless, not seedless, female only cucumbers, ensure you check to see if the one you are planting requires pollination or if it is that um it will just pollinate itself. Now, if it requires pollination, you can do one of two things or both. You can plant the cucumber that has female only alongside one that has male flowers as well. That way the insect will do the pollination for you. If you're planting it alone, then you know you're going to need to pollinate it. In any case, you need to plant another cucumber when you're planting this because you're going to need the pollen from a male flower to pollinate, unless you're going to use artificial pollination, which we don't do. So you want to plant a female only cucumber alongside one that produces both male and female flowers. Do you understand that? Let me know in the comment if it makes sense, or do I need to find another way to explain that? Now, once you get your cucumbers growing, then you need to start feeding it. Seeds don't need fertilizer to germinate. Enough nutrients is in the seed pod to germinate and get the plant growing. But as soon as it starts growing and put on its first set of true leaf, you need to fertilize. Now you can use a wide range of fertilizer to fertilize them when they just start going. You can use manures, compost, um, manure tea, compost tea, anything like that to fertilize your blood and bone meal if you don't have access to those things. That's still organic. When they start to flower, that's when you need to ramp up the fertilizing. You can add more of those that I referred to just now, as well as you need fertilizer that is high in potassium, and that is where my banana tea comes in. What is banana tea? Banana tea is just water poured on ripe banana peel, allow it to be fermented for about a week, and then you dilute that water and use it to water your plant. That is what I use to fertilize my cucumbers, and this is the result. I hope I did not leave out anything. And then you harvest and enjoy. Now, let us cut into one of these and taste it. I'll have Steve taste it, seeing that I have the privilege of him being in the garden with me this morning. All right, so let me wash one of these, cut into it, and then we'll taste it together. Let me go get that. Let me just wash this up. Come, baby. All right, let's wait patiently on that child to come with the knife. Marigold's doing wonders right here with the white flies, but I'm seeing aphids. Not cool. Thank you. All right, guys, so let's give this a shot. I'm cut off a itty bitty piece right out here. Ooh, it's soft. Okay, baby, this was nowhere near ready. Nowhere near, and look how it big. Two. Look at it. Yeah, I should have. It will have seeds. What do you mean make juice? We're gonna eat it. You- Him always want make juice with my cucumbers. Why? Hmm? Alright, so let's taste it first before I give him. So it is sweeter than the Armenian long, but it is not as crunchy. Yeah, so I think I prefer the Armenian long. Come, baby. Come give it a taste test. Come. Come say hi. Put your head right around here, so.
Morning, guys. This tastes good.
It tastes good. It's sweet, but it's not crunchy.
And it's juicy. Juicy.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes good, guys.
Mm.
Morning, afternoon,
Evening.
evening,
I plant this especially for him. I love cucumber too,
wherever you are.
but it helped him more than it helped me. So
Welcome to the channel.
if you're new, welcome back if you're a oldie. All right, so we're gonna leave it for today. We have plenty. Maybe we can. Oh, you can give Gregory one. Look here, I'll give him this because we have plenty. All right, guys, take care until we see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.
Mango put on leaf like crazy.